Hey guys, this is Chami, just putting together tonight's watch list. I first want to start off by just reviewing all of the indexes to kind of gauge the market strength and direction as of right now. As you can see, SPY is pulling back. It did have a pretty good run the last couple of days, so this is to be expected. Still sitting above all of its moving averages, just in a nice uptrend. The Qs are doing the same thing. They've been especially powerful the last couple days. They've kind of been carrying the market, in my opinion. We're above all the moving averages. We're looking pretty good here. I wouldn't be surprised if we pulled back a little more, maybe to retest the 8 EMA, but we'll have to see in due time. The IWM is lacking, so kind of want to avoid stocks that are in the IWM realm. Um, Stick to the more powerful leaders. When you look at Dow, you could tell today it fell on an increase in volume, which is not good at all. Definitely want to avoid all stocks in the Dow. The first stock on our watch list for today is Coop. Coop has a nice little shelf here forming, and you could definitely look to buy if it breaks above, I'd say, the 39.20 area, and that could be a new buy. Great numbers here, great ratings, good estimates going forward. Build in a case. INVE has a nice little shelf here as well. Nice pickup in volume today. If we break above today's high, actually I would probably go over here to be safe. If we break above 1820 with volume, you could look to make a new buy here. Good numbers. Looks good. And this stock can run. $9 to $14 in 2 weeks. $13 to 18. That's 30-40% move. Here's Lending Club Corporation. I purchased this today. It was on the watch list, so if anyone happened to buy it as well, we're up about 6% right now. But I just want to actually show you an example with this stock of the kind of volume we're looking for when breaking through the pivot, because that's one of the two important things when looking at any stock is the volume that accompanies it during the breakout, and obviously what the current market environment is, if it's healthy or not. But as you can see here, you see this huge pickup in volume? That's power. In 30 minutes, it's up 7%. So that's just what I want us to be looking for whenever we're looking to enter any play through the pivot. So tomorrow, we could actually look to add on to this at 2180. Sorry, 3180. And if you're ever adding on to a position, say you start off with 100 shares, you don't want to buy another 100 shares. You want to buy another 20, 30, 40 max. Because what happens is if you buy 100 and then you buy another 100 as an add-on, you can lose your profits very quickly if the stock decides to pull back. So you always want to build a position, but say you start off with a 50% position, buy another 30%. And then finally, to close out the position, you buy another 20%, and then you let it run. Never go 50% and then another 50% and then another 50%. That's a quick way to wipe yourself out, just for future reference. Here we have Docs. This is another one that I'm in. This was on our watch list last night. We're up about 8% right now. I wouldn't add on to this one. It's really extended, but if it does start to pull back tomorrow, I would sell about 20%. Just lock in some profits. That way, even if the stock does reverse and completely topple over, because this stock is kind of known for that, you still made some money on the play. It's a beautiful thing. If it goes back down to your entry point, just sell it all. And we'll look for entry at another time. Now we have AMT here. Numbers are decent. Ratings are looking good. You see this little volume pickup here today? That's what we want to see. So we break above these highs at 292.80, and you can look to buy. Here we have Apple. Apple had an inside day today. We could break above yesterday's highs, and we could look to, if you already own it, add on, or you can make it a new buy. But I would be a little cautious if you're making a new buy because of how it reacted today. Although it was nice, it was pretty constructive to see that it pulled back on lesser volume. We'll have to see how it pans out. DLO, we have a little, looks like almost a bull flag. Look at 30-minute, nice little pennant. We're bouncing off of the 8 EMA. If we break above today at 65.60 with volume, you can look to buy. Now just be cautious though, because this is a short shelf, and it's a pretty volatile stock. It could shake you around, so you don't want to put too much on because of that. Okay, here we have LKQ. It has a nice longer base here, and today we had a nice pickup on volume. Our S rating is looking hot. You got nice ratings, good forward estimates, numbers are great. If we could push above 52.80 tomorrow with volume, we could look to buy. Here we have Cooley and Safa. We were going to potentially buy this yesterday, or today, if it broke above today's high, but it's further consolidating, which is nice. If we can maybe form a little longer of a handle, that'd be great. We're just kind of letting the moving averages catch up right now, but if we do break above today's high at 71 and a dime, we could look to buy. Great numbers. Amazon. So we did close. If you look at today at the end of the day, there was a huge surge in volume, which is awesome. That's exactly what we want to see. So I wouldn't be surprised if it opens up, gapped up tomorrow. But we could look to buy at above today's high, 34.75, 0.6, and it could potentially gap fill back all the way up to 3,500. But yeah, you could definitely make this a new buy. Just be careful, because this is definitely an aggressive buy. It's nice to see that we closed above the 50-day, but look at how extended it is. It was just less than, or a little over a week ago, it was at 3,100. So that's quite the move it's already had in the last couple days. So just be cautious. GLD. See this nice surge of volume here that we had on the 27th? And now it's pulling back on lesser volume. And then today it's closing on a bullish hammer with a pickup in volume. If it breaks above today's highs at what we'll say 170, it could potentially make a nice move. So GLD 170.2. That can be a new buy. Then we have Tesla. Today Tesla didn't really move on. It did break above yesterday's high, but the volume wasn't really all too impressive. So I kind of sat on my hands with this one. But if we break above today's high, 740.4 with volume, we could look to buy. And then last stock we have is CSTM. Today we're actually having nice inverse head and shoulders here. Nice little base. Closed on a bullish hammer with a pickup in volume. Yesterday it pulled back on a decrease in volume. Today it's forming a hammer on an increase in volume. So great numbers. The ratings are decent. If we could break above these highs at 20.5, we could look to start a new position. And this is a longer base, so you can actually buy a little bigger of a position when going into it. So that concludes tonight's watch list. I hope it helped you guys out. I really want to help you guys train your eyes to look for the right things when looking at a stock. Not really so much focusing on indicators, but more so on the price action and characteristics of the stock's movement. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, but you guys have a good rest of your night.